So it all kicks off with a question that, honestly, any of us who've run a website might have asked. You're just trying to block a web crawler, a totally normal, everyday thing to do. But what if the bot you're trying to block isn't the problem at all? What if a simple typo, just one letter, is actually hiding a much, much bigger threat?
Today, we're digging into a wild case of mistaken identity, one that starts with a harmless web crawler, but ends with attackers getting the keys to your entire digital kingdom.
You'd be surprised. As it turns out, the difference can come down to a single letter. Let's break this whole thing down.
So, our story begins where a lot of tech mysteries do, with a simple question on an online forum.
This person did everything by the book, right? They added the right lines to their robots.txt file, but the bot just kept coming. Now, they were trying to block a totally legit crawler from the AI company Anthropic. But in the background, a storm was brewing around a totally different project with a very similar name.
And this is where things get really confusing. A confusion that, as we'll see, attackers were more than ready to weaponize.
Okay, look closely at the spelling. C-L-A-U-D-E bot. That's the web crawler. And then there's C-L-A-W-A-B-O-T, the personal AI assistant. That one little letter difference, it changes everything.
This table really lays it all out. On one side, you've got Claudebot. It's open source, you install it yourself, and it becomes this private AI assistant that you and only you control. On the other side, you have Claudebot, which is just a commercial web crawler from Anthropic. It's out there gathering public data from the web. I mean, they operate in two completely different universes.
Claudebot is pretty cool, and it's powerful. It's basically your own personal AI, running on your own server, connected to your private life through apps like Telegram. You have total control, and that's the whole point.
And Clawbot is, well, it's just a bot. It roams the public internet doing its job, and if you don't want it around, you just ask it to leave with a simple text file. It's harmless. So why does any of this matter? Because while people were busy talking about how to block the harmless crawler, the powerful personal assistant had a massive target painted on its back.
And this is where our story takes a sharp, dramatic turn, from a simple mix-up to a full-blown security crisis. And it's all thanks to the work of some very sharp security researchers. Researchers at Pillar Security did something clever. They set up a fake Claudebot server, a honeypot, just to see what would happen. And wow, they did not have to wait long. We're talking hours before the first probes showed up. And these weren't just random scans. The attacks were protocol-aware, which is a fancy way of saying the attackers knew exactly how Claudebot worked and exactly what holes to look for.
And the hole they found was a big one. Actually, two of them. Before some recent patches, Claudebot had security turned off by default. No password, no nothing. And even worse, if you ran it behind a really common tool called a reverse proxy, it just trusted every connection, completely bypassing any security you might have tried to set up. It's like leaving your front door unlocked.
And this timeline just shows how incredibly serious this was. Look at this frantic flurry of activity in late January. The developers were literally in a race to slam these security doors shut, one after another, leading to a whole bunch of critical fixes on January 26th. The threat was absolutely real, and for any systems that aren't patched, it still is. So how are attackers actually pulling this off? Well, they weren't just guessing. They had a clear, methodical playbook. It all boils down to a classic three-step attack. First, reconnaissance. They just check to see if you're a real vulnerable target. Second, enumeration. They map out everything you've got, what's running, what's connected. And third, exploitation. They take everything that isn't nailed down.
Phase 1 is almost laughably simple. They send one little command, health. It's basically the digital version of knocking on your door to see if it's unlocked. If they get a good response back, they know they've found a live one.
Now in Phase 2, the attackers start mapping your entire setup. Using the node.list command, they're essentially asking your Claudebot, hey, who else are you talking to? This one command made up 16% of all the requests the researchers saw. That tells you just how focused they were on figuring out your whole network.
And here it is, the kill shot. A single command, config.get, which basically just says, hey, can you please give me all of your passwords, API keys, and secret tokens? And because of those security flaws we talked about, vulnerable Claudebot instances would just hand them right over.
The consequences of an attack like this are just devastating. We're not talking about a website getting messed up. We're talking about a total compromise of your entire digital life.
The first thing attackers grab is an absolute treasure trove of credentials. API keys for stuff like OpenAI and Anthropic, tokens for your private Telegram and Discord bots, Slack tokens, basically every single secret your AI assistant needs to do its job.
But as the researchers pointed out, stealing your keys is bad, but this might be even worse. With another simple command, attackers can download your entire chat history. Every private conversation, every sensitive idea, every single thing you've ever discussed with your personal AI. It is a catastrophic invasion of privacy.
Okay, that was the bad news. The good news is that these holes have been patched, and there are very clear, concrete steps you can take to lock your system down, like right now.
So here is your security checklist. First, and this is the most important one, update to the latest version immediately. That has all the critical fixes. Next, verify your authentication is actually turned on. Make sure you have a password or a token set so the door isn't just wide open. If you use a reverse proxy, double-check that configuration. Even better, don't expose your system to the public internet at all. And finally, run the built-in security audit and do a little cleanup. Get rid of any credentials you're not actually using.
And all of this brings us to the final and maybe the most important question that this whole mess raises. Right? This story started with a simple typo, a case of mistaken identity, but it uncovered a much deeper issue. As we all rush to use these incredibly powerful AI tools that are so deeply integrated into our lives, we have to ask ourselves, when we set up our own private digital butler, who's ultimately on the hook for making sure it's secure? The people who wrote the code or us?